So it took 3-4 years before we really understood what church planting was. Because what I would do, they would come here about this time, 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'd teach them from the Bible. We'd sit on the mat for 2 hours, what I thought was important. Then they would go to the village from here, and then they come back next morning and report to me what happened to what I taught. Was it relevant or not relevant? And they tell me what you taught was totally irrelevant. They're asking completely different set of questions, and what you're teaching is what you think is important. So then I would say, okay, what are these questions? So we built up an FAQ. This is what village people ask, and let's search the Bible, because I also didn't know the Bible. I was a very medical person. I didn't know the Bible at all. So Bindu would be in the kitchen, and Bindu knew Bible because she had done this Tafti course. So from there I'd be yelling, where is that verse? And she says, from there she'll yell and say, oh, Philippians 2:9. I said, okay, let's look Philippians 2:9. So that's how I learned a lot of my Bible from my wife, who's rolling the chapatis in the kitchen and teaching us. And sometimes I tell the wrong story, then she would come and correct the names and games and places. She knew them all. So then they would go and then come back. So we reoriented the whole training program. Instead of me trying to teach what I think is important, they asking what is bothering them. And then we started results. First year we hardly had 10 baptisms. Then next year it became 50. Next year it became 100. And then we really celebrated. 100 baptisms in a year. Wow, that's something. And then when it became 1,000, and then tens of thousands, and now it's we don't know.